Hello. Today I want to talk to you about stuplication, and I'll explain it to you today, showing you some positions. This concept was made known in a lecture by leading American player Steve Sachs, and today I will explain it to you by showing you a few positions. So, duplication is something that is one of the foundational concepts, but duplication is not always correct. In this example, White has tried to duplicate threes for Brown by playing 20 to 15 and 8 to 4. Now this looks like a cool move, and it follows the principles of duplication. So Brown would need a 3 to hit us from the 24 point, and also a 3 to hit us from the midpoint. So it looks pretty cool. But what if we went the other way? We are merely playing 20 to 11. Here, however, the duplication play is wrong. Why is it incorrect? Well, the first instance is that it's better simply to play with one blot rather than two blots. So we don't want our checkers strewn across the board. We don't want blots on both sides of the board. Secondly, we are ahead in the race by 20 pips, so having two blots we might get hit twice. Brown, of course, could roll a double 3 here, or he could hit us once. We could dance with a double 6, and the other checker could be picked up, and then we would lose our race lead. And the third point to bear in mind is, where do we want to be hit from by our opponent? This time we moved the checkers correctly. If Brown hits us with a 6, he's going to have to sacrifice the anchor, the golden anchor. So here, by hitting us, Brown has to break his own anchor and expose blots himself. Whereas, with a duplication play on the right-hand side, Brown is happy to hit us with a blot and move forward. So as much as a duplication play looks pretty, it's simply wrong, and it leaves us too vulnerable, and we're not getting Brown to break key points. So always think, where do you want to be hit by your opponent when you are leaving blots around the board? Now we're going to look at next positions. It looks right to play 5-2, to end up in the position 11-9 and 11-6, and it looks right because we're duplicating 5s. Brown would need a 5 to hit us off the anchor, and also a 5 to close the 6 point on his board. However, this move is a very big blunder, and it's simply correct just to play 8-1. And why is that? Well, again, we are slightly ahead in the race, so just play quietly. Why give the opponent the advantage with a 5 to hit and also escape at the same time? Brown is also inflexible with many stripped points and is likely to leave a shot anyhow in the future. By playing 11-9, 11-5, yes, we duplicate the 5, but also we lose a lot of outfield control, and Brown's 6s would play much better. Let's move to the last position. Notice that Brown is on the bar. So we've played 17-13 and we've hit 3-2. Well, we've done it to duplicate 2s. So here, Brown would need a 2 to enter and also a 2 to hit us on the 13th. So here the thinking was great. Unless Brown rolls a double 2, we're pretty good here. However, it is the wrong thinking. So it's much better to switch from the 6 to the 2 and make the 2 point. So why is this? Well, staying back on the 17th point as White in the 8th field simply generates more shots. It allows us to pick up more of Brown's blots while he's struggling to bring those two checkers in. Also, with a big race lead, we're 47 pips up, we would prefer Brown to enter on the 6 point and then leave rather than enter on the 2 point and have more contact value. Now, by this duplication play, we only have 5s as well to cover the blot, which also hits on the 8 point. So if we were to play 17-13, 3-2, you can see how the 5 is a cover for our home board, but also the 5 is also a hitting number from the mid. Now the top play, which you can see here, has actually a better duplication of 6s. So Brown would hit with a 6 but also hits us in the 8 field, and of course double 6 is a good racing number anyhow.